The Galloway Glens Scheme is 5 years of activity in the Kendee Valley, and we've been set up primarily looking at delivery of projects. What is the difference we can make in the valley? And we've got all these projects, there's 6 aims. These are not just nice to have aims. We're trying to tackle youth depopulation, we're trying to support the local economy, we're trying to protect species and habitats in the valley. These really matter, these aims, and I think it's been really interesting that some of the aims, we've seen them develop as needs through the life of the scheme. We look at the climate crisis, the biodiversity emergency, these issues only bubble up higher, and now to be able to evidence and show work going on in Galloway that's actually addressing these most contemporary of issues, I think has been really heartening, because we've been using this phrase, in Galloway it happens, and I think that's a common challenge throughout the scheme, is to try and say actually there are exciting things going on in Galloway, and on the national stage people need to pay attention to Dumfries and Galloway, because we've got a lot of activity and we've got a lot of innovative thinking and approaches, and just give us the support, give us the resources, and we can deliver in Dumfries and Galloway.
I think what I've loved about the Galloway Glens is very much the grassroots approach, that actually allowing the communities both to come forward with their own projects, and then for the Galloway Glens to support them with, where necessary, funding, technical expertise and advice so they can deliver their own projects.
I mean, there's so many people to thank. Everyone who's been involved in projects, everyone who's been involved to come to a Galloway Glens meeting to give us their ideas, their thoughts, what they think is important. Funders, National Lottery Heritage Fund, Drax, the owners of the Galloway Hydro Scheme, whole range of other funders as well involved in it. Massive thanks to Dumfries and Galloway Council. This is such a great example of the environment team drawing in external funding and actually delivering for the people of Dumfries and Galloway.
We've got a fantastic opportunity here across the region. Tourism is sort of quite critical to what we're after. We've got strengths, we've got assets, we need to be capitalising on these things, and by looking at a scheme like the Galloway Glens, where we've got footpaths, we've got heritage, we've got all manner of different community opportunities coming together, it really helps to lift things together and make the Galloway Glens a destination. And I think that's the key thing. We're looking at probably the first place-based scheme of this scale in the region. And I think it's really embedded itself in the communities, as we're seeing with the name, and people are sort of associating the branding with the Galloway Glens as something that is positive and effective.
What the Galloway Glens has really done is that's been a fantastic way of demonstrating the biosphere in action. All the different projects that have come out of the Galloway Glens are linked back to the biosphere and that wider ethos of engaging people in their landscape, their cultural heritage, their natural heritage, and getting communities to actually take ownership and influence their local area.
With respect to the issue of sustainability, the rural economy, the rural heritage will disappear here if we don't do everything we can to protect it. And I think the Galloway Glens has been a starting point, a springboard, if you like, for recognition of the things that are important to a local rural community. And I think the key here is that what we've tried to develop is a understanding with respect to resilience, and that resilience is with respect to not just our economic benefit and gains, but also carbon and the climate future, and biodiversity, and the animals and habitats that we share our glen with, and of which we are merely a part. Community, commerce, biodiversity and climate are all essential for our future, and I'd like to think that the Galloway Glens has played a small part in raising awareness on those issues.
To see the impact of the scheme, to see the enthusiasm, to see the energy, and to see the delivery, to see the actual changes on the ground, where people have now more opportunities to engage with or learn about the amazing heritage of the Kendee Valley, and ways that that heritage has actually been harnessed to drive activity today, tackling today's problems. And so whether it's things like the biodiversity crisis or supporting economic activity, I think the legacy of the Galloway Glens scheme is that we're done with energy and enthusiasm. A scheme like this can really make a difference to people's lives. And that's why I'm so grateful to be involved in it, because people who've put their time and put their support into the Galloway Glens scheme, I can see that we've been able to make a difference.